yeah, you treat him like a baby. All the shawty's taking all his cash. Please don't stare, you might won't get a money, come on my respect. Way too many niggas in the cut, I love them. Always wish we get the first blow. I don't care, I'll just pretend. I guess I'm better than these other chumps.
Hello everyone. So today we have a match between the RUNG 2 match between SCYNOR, HERASMIE and ANORAK. And Core is gonna be a bit late, so Zach is gonna be commentating for the beginning. So we will see how the different runners will do today. I think the runners kind of have a different, well, not a different playstyle, but SCYNOR is of course the OG, and HERASMIE has also been speedrunning games for a really long time, and ANORAK is more of the newcomer. And SCYNOR also hasn't been playing recently that much, so we will see if the rust, or if he has any rust, if he's gonna let it affect him at all. So we're just getting the pre-run set up right now, so we can start the run. Oh yeah, I don't know what's happening with HERASMIE's splits. Okay, now they're fine again. So as we can already see from the different sobs here, HERASMIE having the best sob. I know that HERASMIE kind of, he plays like the top players. He plays almost everything like extremely fast, how the top players do. That's why his golds are really good. But clearly his consistency is not the best when his PB is only 223 compared to the sub, so we'll see how his consistency holds up in today's match.
Yeah, that's correct. I'm also here now.
Oh,
Sorry
nice.
for the delay on my end.
You came.
But yeah, perfect to the intro. That's great.
So just everyone starting the first level now. With these calibers of players, there shouldn't be that much variance, but with getting 0 studs, there can always be stuff that's going on. ANORAK is already at 1 heart, the SCYNOR is already at 1 heart too.
Yeah, sometimes it can be really, really finicky how you get damaged there.
Yeah, with all the different heart counts, and you really gotta know all the different heart counts, what to do in them. And HERASMIE is really, he's having a terrible heart count and terrible stud count, while SCYNOR actually hitting the Droidica camera pan. Oh no, dropping out P1 too early.
It's
But
been
while
a moment
ANORAK
since
is
we've
just,
seen that one.
yeah, and ANORAK just cruising by, getting 0 studs, getting the DIW, and HERASMIE also getting past his struggles.
Yeah, pretty clean negotiations. 2-11. That's definitely something that you would be happy on a normal reset run attempt.
Yeah, I would myself definitely be happy with that. And SCYNOR so far struggling with the most, the camera pan. Getting the camera pan really made him lose a lot of time. Everyone should be also saving after 1-1. Everyone remembers to save. Also, the next skip, the invasion cutscene skip, should also be very simple for all rerunners. I don't know if they're doing 40 or 50 hertz setup, but we will see.
Yeah, as far as I know, HERASMIE should be on 40 hertz.
Yeah, I think ANORAK
ANORAK
does
seems to be on
50 now that
50.
I say
Yeah,
it.
that's definitely 50. Yeah. Struggles a
ANORAK is
bit low.
struggling. And HERASMIE getting... And now HERASMIE and ANORAK are almost tied by ANORAK just not being able to get up the tree. And the SCYNOR also going out of bounds. Yeah, this should be pretty smooth cruising for all 3 players, which it definitely is looking like so far. No misses, just clean gameplay. Oh no, and SCYNOR misses the waterfall jump, hitting his head on the initial jump, so not getting enough distance, and he misses it again.
Yeah, right as you said it, kind of small caster curse here. Dies with Obi-Wan and goes for it again, misses it again.
Oh no, this
Oh,
is
he's
a
finally doing back.
disaster for SCYNOR. And he almost does the backup already, but decides to not go for it, but goes for it in the end when misses it. And HERASMIE going for drop amnestic here.
Yeah, go drop amnestic here for HERASMIE.
Doesn't get the best
So,
variant, but definitely definitely saving time.
yeah, I assume he's ahead here, yeah. Due to the ICS execution, I was able to get back probably like the 6 seconds and then just another 2 seconds by drop amnestic, so overtake here already in the second level.
SCYNOR also going for a drop amnestic. HERASMIE had a little bit faster one, but SCYNOR also saving time with it. And SCYNOR being the most experienced, having the best PB, I don't know if if he's nervous or this is the rustiness, but he's now 30 seconds behind. We will see if
Yeah,
he will
missing
catch this up.
the charger jump like that definitely has to be rust. Like there's no way you should miss that trick that often.
I would agree. The Jar Jar jumps are definitely a thing. If you're like playing the game a lot, like consistently, even if you don't practice them at all, there's just something that should come. Like for these caliber players, it should come out of their backbone already. So we'll also see how HERASMIE and SCYNOR deal with doing the auto dropout, and ANORAK having some trouble with Arch Clip. HERASMIE really safely going for the power up. I like it.
Yeah, I mean ANORAK dodged it and it paid off. Like, well, it didn't pay off for him. It paid off for HERASMIE, I guess, to get it because ANORAK just took the death. and therefore they kind of broke even, I guess. Yeah, one
ANORAK
thing to note.
also. Yeah.
Yeah, one thing to note coming up for SCYNOR is that he's probably gonna do ground shots here. I don't expect anyone else to do that. I know that HERASMIE has messed with it a bit, but probably going for the safe elevator here.
I don't know. I don't really know what HERASMIE hasn't messed with. I feel like he's just that kind of player.
Yeah, that's true for sure. Yeah. And yeah, let's see how this goes for SCYNOR, because sometimes it can just like get blocked or the shot like barely misses.
HERASMIE and ANORAK both getting the camera pan skip.
Yeah, very smooth ground shots there for SCYNOR. Definitely shows that he knows exactly what to do.
Deserves to have the CG. Does he have the CG still, right? He has one.
Yeah, he has it.
Has it still. And
I only
ANORAK
missed it
not
by
dropping out.
2 frames.
Yeah, and ANORAK not dropping out P2 on the CPS, so we will 100% sure God fraud
Right,
attempt
God
at
fraud,
least
yeah.
lap 1. But there is a factor. We have figured out if you don't drop out P2, it could cause P2 redrop in the lap 1 God fraud, so that would be
Yeah, that's true.
unfortunate.
But also I'm pretty sure ANORAK has a certain setup like kind of developed himself, where he's like, either it's like it has something to do with either double keyboard, or I don't even know.
Oh, that's
I know he has
okay. Yeah,
something
that's
special
that's
there.
my bad.
So
I forgot about that. Yeah, he drops out P1 when before the race starts, and he calls on F1.
yeah,
So
so
he does
he
double
should
keyboard
start it
for the
on
beginning.
double keyboard, and then will drop in keyboard controller for the out of bounds. That's how it goes.
Yeah,
Right?
that is my misinformation. So it's not gonna affect ANORAK. We'll see. HERASMIE
Yeah.
is the
And
safe
he's not going
player,
for it.
not going for it.
For the race environment, probably a good idea, but it could be a chance for ANORAK to get back into lead.
Pause
Get
looks
her.
good. Gets a
Very
massive
nice.
height boost. This could even be
This
too big.
could be enough.
No, but he does the call in perfectly, and he should be dead. Nice. And SCYNOR not doing lap 1. I honestly was expecting him to do lap 1, and ANORAK doing lap 1 very clean. No complaints there. Now coming up, ANORAK is coming up on the now kind of the trivial part of the level, which used to feel so much harder. And what is happening on ANORAK's screen?
Yeah, for some reason he like went
He
backwards.
Is he doing lap 3? Does this mean he's doing lap
Oh,
3?
he's
Yes,
doing
it does. That might be too late of a pause. I'm not sure. No, he's out.
That's right. Also gets a
And
high boost, so
HERASMIE getting...
should be good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Very
is...
good execution from ANORAK here. This like will be massive for him, and yeah, this should be like 40 seconds saved over HERASMIE already. So but yeah, I don't know if you talked about it earlier, but like in ANORAK's position, you kind of have to do stuff like that.
That is true. He is the underdog of the race, definitely having the worst PB, but ANORAK is showing why he has a really good best episode 1 exit compared to all his others. He's taking a really big lead on this episode 1. But we will see on the other later episodes how if he's gonna keep up the performance, or if the other two runners that have more consistency on later episodes are gonna catch up.
Yeah, definitely interesting. So SCYNOR now finishing out pod race. I didn't catch too much of it, but it seems like it went well. We're gonna see by the split time exactly how, but he definitely did go for pod fraud and got it, so he would kind of trail behind ANORAK. Yeah, he got a better execution than HERASMIE.
I'm
No,
guessing
actually, he HERASMIE here. So I guess it was like a, what was it, like a 340? Not rolling?
350.
It's a
Wait,
350.
50. Yeah, but they
How did,
both got 350.
I'm curious, how did both get a 350? Did they just
Maybe
not
they
win?
did they. I
Zero
guess
death?
they have bad. They both went for zero death. I guess they both took an extra death, or they just have bad menuing. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
Anorak is struggling with the feeder clip setting up. Doesn't die with P2, which is good, and performing it very well.
Okay, so he also does the setup where you switch to Panaka and then to R2, so I assume he's going for left side here as well, as you would expect.
Really, Anorak is going for left side. I did not know that.
Well, I guess theoretically you can do the character management for both, since it will also save time if you do elevator. But just by him doing it, I would assume he's going left side.
Yeah, and HERASMIE also performing feeder clip very well. Looks like Anorak is going for left side, while SCYNOR is coming up on feeder clip. Anorak is struggling a bit, but gets it pretty well, and going for the save strat there, that's really good, because if you fall down there, it can be really bad. So I like that
Yeah,
he
the camera
did
gets
that.
very weirdly messed up. Sometimes, yeah, you respawn down as well.
Yeah, and HERASMIE also going for left side now.
Yeah,
Getting it
really interesting to
pretty.
see what SCYNOR does here, actually. I don't think he's very certain to do it. Also very unlucky for him to take the droidica shots there. He waited so he could die with R2. And the droidica just hit him. So
Yeah,
might be tight.
HERASMIE kind of struggling on the box skip, and SCYNOR also going for left side. SCYNOR actually died like on the perfect moment. That's pretty nice.
Oh yeah, Rasmi has to reload. He got pushed out by Panaka.
That's unfortunate. Anorak also coming up on the camera pan skips.
Yeah,
Oh, and
failed
he
swap
misses
resets.
the
Yeah,
second one.
only got the first, yeah.
You don't see that very often from players like these,
And we see a rare
but it does
Anakin out of
happen.
bounds with SCYNOR there. I don't know
I
what
guess
happened to his
SCYNOR,
character management there,
yeah, must have
but
been messed up. And Anorak
it's a
doing the
rare sight.
new feed setup
Oh, he
and
does it.
getting
Oh,
it.
he gets it. That's very cool.
That is just thought of in the new discoveries,
Yeah, I believe it was
and
like
not
yesterday evening for me.
that hard to perform, and goes for it and gets it really well.
Yeah, we can see. No,
SCYNOR
HERASMIE did not
also,
go for it.
and SCYNOR having to do the shots with Padme and getting all the swappy strats with ease.
Yeah, I believe it's not too bad doing it with Padme, but definitely just a different sighting.
Yeah, definitely. And HERASMIE saves a little bit, saves 7 seconds over Anorak. here and
Yeah, only 30
biting.
seconds. I believe that was to ANORAK just like... Actually, I don't know why. Because HERASMIE had to reload for the out of bounds and still like saved 7 seconds. Pretty good.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
HERASMIE
that just
has
shows
had
how much
the
time he has put in there.
yeah, HERASMIE has had the CG in feed for a little bit, so he definitely knows how to play the level. And ANORAK getting the cart and lamp jump first try.
Yeah, full card is very juicy. Really like to see that. He needs to take a death here. I believe he got shot before he got into the speeder, and that's why he was only on 3 hearts.
Yeah, and HERASMIE getting first try lamp jump.
Yeah, he's also
But
on
not
3 hearts there, and not the full card.
Yeah, we'll see the slam for and SCYNOR missing the out of bounds collision. Missing the out of bounds collision again. Oh no. Gets it on the third attempt. SCYNOR is really struggling so far on this episode 1.
Yeah,
We'll see
I
if
mean,
his
still...
composure. Yeah.
Yeah, he takes a very aggressive jump here. I guess that still works. The muscle memory for that. But apart from that, he has shown some rust so far. So we will see how he will like be able to compose himself. ANORAK taking his time to take the droids, but for some reason there were like 15 droids there. That was also pretty unlucky, I would say.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like the boxes just keep coming even though you've already killed the commanders.
Like a much better job from HERASMIE there. So far, ANORAK HERASMIE kinda like playing the level pretty good. ANORAK had its death on the DM2. But yeah, here for the cycle skips, it really will come down, and he does not get it. We will see if
And
he goes
HERASMIE
for a
falls.
reattempt. Okay, second also missed by 1 frame for ANORAK here, so despite the fall from HERASMIE, he has some time to save here. No.
Yeah. SCYNOR performing the Droidicus. Very clean.
Yeah, we could see a very small optimization there from him, where he would slam the first Droidica with Obi-Wan.
And HERASMIE missing by 1 frame. Getting the second cycle skip.
Yeah, 1 out of 2 is not that bad, but a small chance for SCYNOR to at least redeem himself a little bit. Does not
Missing
get it
the
at all,
first.
though. He also gets the second. Not also, but also 1 out of 2.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah,
now
2021 exit from ANORAK out of episode 1. He got Godfrog lap 1 and lap 3, right? So I don't think a 2021 is that great anymore. He definitely shows he led some time through, I guess, mostly feed, and I don't know. Well, it's honestly.
he lost a lot of. He got a 4-4 team maul. That's like
Oh yeah, for 14.
a lot of
really
the lot of time loss. And HERASMIE really like just slowly biting into ANORAK's lead. Lead is only now by 21 seconds. And HERASMIE and ANORAK already did episode 1 reset, but we will see if SCYNOR, being an OG, still does the OG seeds or does the new episode 1 reset seeds.
Okay, seems he does reset here. Oh, does he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Goes for black screen at least.
Yeah, he reset.
Yeah, I feel like for HERASMIE, without doing God Fraud, it's 2042 isn't that bad. It's pretty solid. Also, a bit ahead of his PB here, 3 seconds. So he's definitely like performing on a solid basis here.
Yeah,
What you
and I
what,
believe
yeah.
HERASMIE's PB has like a 4-minute pod race. If I remember correctly, when he tried to clip out for 0 def, he like P2 didn't go out of bounds like twice in a row, so he lost 15 seconds in his PB to that.
Yeah, that makes sense that he's ahead because of that.
Coming up, BHP is a really kind of simple level in concept, but it's one of the hardest 1P2C levels to do efficiently. So we will see if players will miss the lights or...
Yeah, you can like miss the lights pretty easily. Not in the first room, I would say. The first room is pretty safe, I would say. There's like fairly good lineups to get the lamps. So at least from those experienced runners, I would not expect them to miss any. Good execution here from ANORAK. He
kind of
took it
struggling
like
with targeting, but
safe. Yeah.
yeah, I would also say so.
And also like the lamp setup was not that great. HERASMIE did it a bit quicker here. So you're gonna see, yeah, his targeting is also very clean. Also a very nice flip there to place P2 exactly on the exit of that room.
SCYNOR taking a bit of an unusual line for the first light, but still gets it. Having a bit of trouble on the... Actually, a lot of trouble on the targeting,
That was
but gets
some
it in the end.
really interesting target. I guess it worked out, but it was
Yeah.
a bit more freestyle, I would say. That's a good wording.
I would also say
ANORAK
the
missing
first
the
lamps were
power.
freestyle.
This
Oh,
is
and
a
ANORAK
interesting route.
doing, yeah, a very unusual route for the lights.
Yeah, he got like shot right before hitting it, so and gets a double target. This is annoying.
Accidentally targeting to the left with P1 that's supposed to target to the right. Really unfortunate.
Yeah, so far. Okay, HERASMIE missing one torpedo there to go for the 60 useless strat tower. But
Lamau.
overall, I feel like HERASMIE could still like save another 10 seconds here, like just like the 2 levels before. I feel like he's not that far behind.
Yeah, and while SCYNOR is kind of struggling on the lights here. Wow. Yeah, HERASMIE did gain 10 seconds.
Yeah, so finally, like over the course of the last 3 levels, he went from like what was it, 42 seconds only to 10. So we're definitely seeing a very close race between those two, and now going into Camino, there's like definitely opportunity to save or lose 10 seconds.
Exactly. Camino is the level where getting the tricks first try really is the big thing. And we'll see ANORAK is coming up on R4 fly, doing it with controller. We'll see how he does it. Oh, and he misses it.
Falls a bit short here. Gets it on
Gets the
second
backup.
attempt only.
HERASMIE also doing it with D-pad. And also misses it. Oh no.
And he gets a bit of a weird camera for the backup, so I'm not sure the second attempt here is gonna work, but yeah, he kind of barely got the slope here. At least like the delta in between those two runners should be fairly easy, but a small opportunity to SCYNOR to catch up a bit.
And SCYNOR the only one doing it with stick and gets it. And ANORAK also getting Camino button skip.
Yeah, SCYNOR is definitely like one of the fastest to do this trick. I can remember I like only barely beat his BTT segment in that room, so he knows what he's doing there, and good to see that he can still perform despite being a bit rusty. Also, yeah, very nice KBS here from HERASMIE. Let's see the setup from SCYNOR.
Oh
He's a
no.
bit short here. Yeah,
Did he not? Was he not spamming fast enough? It
it
looked
looked
like
like
it.
Gets it here. Oh,
Oh no. Oh no. And R4
did he
doesn't
just...
deactivate, and he doesn't call in
Yeah,
immediately to stop R4 from going inbounds. That is
yeah, that is.
really a disaster for SCYNOR. Well, HERASMIE missing the drop in warp.
Did he do it with R2 or did he do the new thing?
He did it with, he did the old thing. And now we
Okay.
will see HERASMIE do this with P2. So he is actually now on controller P2, and he will do drop chum warp and do the next kind of
Oh
half
yeah,
and
right.
half level on double controller.
Yeah, I believe he extends it until Droid Factory after Room 1. Of course, HERASMIE coming from like speedrunning Lego Harry Potter and also like a few other games. He's very knowledgeable about double controller, and so he definitely can integrate it way easier than other people would, I would say. Because if you
And
only run
HERASMIE,
TCS, you probably are not used to doing double controller at all.
and HERASMIE performing drop chum warp and ANORAK performing Camino clip very, very well. And HERASMIE also doing Camino clip really well. I think also in the Camino clip room, the runners have to pay attention to how many droids they kill, because everyone did episode 1 resets, only the Camino droids will affect the seeds we get 2 levels later with the red droids and the super pal droids.
I could see one here for SCYNOR. I don't not really see the others, but one for
I think
SCYNOR is
HERASMIE
kind of
also.
the one that you want to do, right? Oh, there's a second one here though. Oh, third.
Oh.
Yeah, so if he got unlucky and got a Cantina spot, he might be on seat 4, which is not that great.
HERASMIE, I
I feel
think
like seat...
HERASME killed one droid. I know about no idea about ANORAK.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess usually, do you kill one or two, Dragon? What's your goal
Two
most
is
of the time?
two is the most optimal because so what affects it is you're on the seed 0 when you reset the game. Then for every droid it goes up by 1, and seed 2 and 3 are the ones you're going to be aiming for. So usually we try to kill one droid, and then because there's random deflects, usually another one dies or like 3 die. So 2 is the most optimal because also the Cantina spawns will affect it by 1 or 0. If you get 1 Cantina spawn and 2 droids, you're going to be on seed 3, and 0 Cantina spawns and 2 droids, it's going to be seed 2.
Okay, yeah. Definitely, like, lower variance that the old seeds had. Like when I learned the old seeds, it was like 7 different waves, or 7 different seeds with like each 2 waves. So that was definitely a like larger barrier to get into the seed manipulation than it is just now with the... I guess you kind of want to learn 3 waves on the current manip.
I mean, you should definitely learn from 1 to 4. Or that's what the tutorial covers.
Right, and we
This
are
is
finally back into gameplay.
Yeah, I was just about to say that this part is really, really long without any gameplay.
Yeah, that's an interesting variation from ANORAK there, going for the death on P2 to reset the hearts. I believe he does that because he will go for the bucket fly, and when you do bucket fly, you actually cannot reset hearts on P2. And you want to be on 4-4 entering the cave, so really, really smooth adjustment here. And yeah, we can see one of my favorite strats now. He will just have a kind of visual audio-based setup here, I believe. Yo, very nice execution there. Going for a very quick pause to reset the flight from R2 on that pixel, and yeah, very, very smooth execution on his end. HERASMIE going for the extended 1P2C here. Also getting a fine R2 force push, so also kind of like the ideal execution that you want to have if you do the 1P2C strat.
Yeah, that was definitely ideal. I also saw ANORAK pan the camera for Fred, like panning it to the left while he was going to the right. Do you think that's actually a strat?
Yeah, I kind of noticed it and like didn't think too much about it, but now that you say it, I feel like that might be a reason to do, or a reasonable thing to do.
Could be.
I mean, he did
HERASMIE
not
getting a
die to
really
it,
nice.
so
Yeah,
he got a nice power up,
HERASMIE
but
getting a
died.
really good power up
So
spawn.
kind of evened out the time save
Yeah.
there. Fortunately, he did miss the CPS.
HERASMIE getting a really fast R2 warp.
Yeah, I would say like comparing both droid factors here from ANORAK and HERASMIE, I would say they kind of break even. Because HERASMIE had overall, I would say, the better execution, but didn't do the bucket fly, which is like 2 to 3 seconds, so they might be, yeah, okay, kind of even. 1 second loss from HERASMIE, so still a fairly close race here, and also SCYNOR is, I would say, a bit in punching distance.
And SCYNOR actually is the one who came up with the strats we're seeing right now. So people used to do this with R2, the drop and warp, but then SCYNOR figured out how to warp R2 to the other side and actually do it faster with Anakin.
Yeah, that's one of like SCYNOR's specialties, since he's been like around for so much, and for like, I don't even know like how long he's active, to be honest. Like for me, he kind of always was there, so he has definitely like has an imprint on the strats that are done in the game, like compared to newer runners. Like there's some small stuff where newer runners are known for example, like ANORAK with his bucket fly setup and everything. But I feel like for SCYNOR, there's like so many strats that he developed together with the other runners. It's just like really, really hard to notice everything. But as you pointed out, the cave strats is something that he did like solely for a long time until everyone else adopted it as well.
HERASMIE having a much better pillars than ANORAK, so almost gaining or almost tying the lead.
Yeah, he's already done with it. That's really clean gameplay there. Let's see what the seats are gonna do. Both get the first initial one.
ANORAK looks like on seed 3. Yeah, ANORAK is on seed 3, and
Erasmus on
HERASMIE is
C2
on
here,
unseed
apparently.
2.
Yeah.
HERASMIE having the little bit of a better seed, that could be subjective if you think 2 or 3 is better. But objectively, 2 is a little bit faster.
Yeah. I mean, the wave 1 of 2 is faster. I'm not sure why he goes to the right here. Oh, he killed the 3 guys there. Bit of a sloppy execution there. The shots took a while to reach the targets that they need to. But yeah, pretty tight still. And let's see SCYNOR here. He did kill 3, but this looks like
SCYNOR
3 as
is
well,
on
right?
seed 3.
Yeah, he's on 3 as well.
Yes.
So no cantina spawn for him, so kind of like, I would not say disaster avoided, but because seed 4 is like not a huge disaster if you know it.
Yeah, seed 4, usually people learn seed 4, but it is kind of, can be annoying. It's not that bad, but the start of the second wave can sometimes be inconsistent with the first super battle droid. I feel like sometimes he just doesn't want to show up, and HERASMIE also getting iframes on the Django fight, so losing a bit of time to ANORAK.
Yeah, without that he would be in front now.
That's true, actually.
Has reduced it to 1 second. And 1 second is probably the amount of time that you can kind of gain in this level if both played like without messing anything up.
Yeah, and we are
Erasmi
expecting...
notably has practiced this level a lot, I feel like back when I was grinding a lot, I would talk with him a lot about this level and how he plays it.
Yeah.
So we will see, but
We're
ANORAK also
definitely...
with a clean room on here. Unless
Oh, and
he...
ANORAK struggling with
Yeah,
the
that was a
second barrier skip.
classic caster jinx again. He does the turnaround though, which I feel like it's really hard to gain enough hate here, but gets it on a third attempt. I don't think he died here though with P1. Yeah, he did not. So no go starts for him, and in the meantime, HERASMIE already has cleared his first 2 bombs, so...
Yeah, HERASMIE performed the second barrier skip with
yeah,
only the 180 very well.
He also definitely has the better end room. Like, if you look at the bomb pulls here, they are so fast and also really precise, so... Really great execution here. In the meantime, ANORAK, yeah, still has 3 bombs to go.
Yeah, I think the level of HERASMIE's micro optimization is a lot higher than ANORAK, because HERASMIE is known for practicing levels for hours and hours on end, so he knows so much of the micro optimization stuff.
Most definitely, and now heading into Dooku, we're gonna see probably a couple of different setups for this skip here, because there's like just so many options when you call in here. And right as I say that, I get proven wrong, because HERASMIE just did the setup that ANORAK kinda went into, and both get it very smoothly. And if you look at the
And
overall
now,
split times, also just something to note, out of Droid Factory, SCYNOR was like almost a minute behind. And yeah, he's kind of holding the distance, reducing the time a bit, so we're gonna see maybe a comeback from him. It's definitely not out of it yet.
definitely not out with the more punishing episodes only coming up.
Yeah, I honestly just want to have a comparison here to their sum of best, because as you said, the punishing episodes are only coming up after this. I guess Camino is a bit punishing, but usually you wouldn't expect too much of time loss on the first two episodes. And I don't know, but you probably spoke about it at the beginning. The leapfrog is gonna be a potential here. Like, you had a really good race time with a 2:23. What was it? 2:23:34. So
Yes, that's correct.
unless the second person in this race gets a faster time, they will stay in this rung and not advance to rung 1.
Yeah, and I will, for week 2, go straight to rung 1.
Yeah, so I can pull up the comparison here, but ANORAK already lost 2 full minutes to his best segments. In the meantime, yeah, HERASMIE also almost lost 2 minutes here.
Yeah.
And SCYNOR almost 3 minutes. So yeah, I would say it's looking good for Dragon here for the potential leap threat.
Now the gap between HERASMIE and ANORAK has grown to 20 seconds. With HERASMIE actually having is that a 6-second better Dooku? I'm not sure if ANORAK got iframes.
Yeah, it looks like it might have been iframes. Also, maybe just like a very bad cycle on the lightnings, where maybe ANORAK just walked into the force push from Dooku.
Yeah, and we can clearly see in a level like Dooku where there's not a lot of variance, how HERASMIE, being the practice god he is, he's just able to save that much more time to ANORAK just by having more of micro optimization.
Yeah, and we are into the fourth episode. Third, third episode that gets played, but it is episode 4. And secret plans should be a pretty linear level, not too much crazy stuff going on, but after that we will have a kind of action-packed episode ahead. I feel like episode 4 is... Would you say it's the most difficult episode right now? Or would you say like it's only top 2?
You mean with the state of current strats?
Yeah, strats and like precision of execution.
I think with DSE and Jodland and now Fryskip, that could be a problem. I know that SCYNOR has been, since he came back, he's been struggling with getting a Fryskip on runs, so we will see if he does it better now. But I would say episode 2 is definitely on the harder side. I can't definitively say if it should be considered the hardest.
Yep, fair. Especially, I feel like episode 6 has gotten quite a lot harder as well. With button skip and the level, at least like the level of skill you want to have in the bunker. But we can talk about this when we get there.
Yeah. HERASMIE coming up on Super Crane. getting it very clean. Let's see if ANORAK also does it well. Nice.
He does get it, yeah. But you kind of could see like a bit of caution there, which is always like a bit funny to see to me. That like extra bit of caution that you might do in a race, maybe, just because it would like be a bit stupid to mess up Super Crane in a race. But it can kind of
Yeah.
always happen. So yeah, SCYNOR definitely winging it more.
And HERASMIE, is he gonna get the CPS? I didn't see R2 come up there. Oh, and he gets it with Antilles. That is clutch.
Gets it with Antilles, so that leads to this a bit weird character management here that R2 just was running away.
Do you have an explanation for why that happens?
Yeah, sometimes I think R2 can get scared. It happened for ANORAK as well here, right?
Oh
You
yeah,
could
it did.
just see R2 running away. Sometimes I'm not sure what causes it, honestly, but on the times it happened to me, it definitely felt like completely random.
Yeah. And SCYNOR the only one who doesn't get R2 running away. So the change of who's in the lead should definitely not have changed at all in this level.
Yeah,
This is
I'm
kind
just
of
curious to
the...
see if and how much time SCYNOR would be able to save here, because a 605 from HERASMIE here, like, not that crazy great, but it's also like not a huge disaster. ANORAK definitely with a much weaker 4-1 opening here.
Did you see exactly why that Secret Plans was so... I don't
For ANORAK?
I didn't see anything why it was that bad.
I mean, he as we pointed out, he did not get the CPS, which is like almost 7 seconds, I would say. And overall, from his gameplay, it was just a bit slower, a bit more safe, like the Super Crane, but also a bit of the other stuff.
Yeah, and the level like Secret Plans can definitely... I don't know if ANORAK is nervous. Like, at level like Secret Plans can definitely show, because it's just pure skill of gameplay. Can show the level of nerves the runners have. HERASMIE coming up on slow force now.
Yeah, and slow force might be also a point where we can see if someone is really nervous, because once you're like a bit off, you can just like fall to the void or also just pop back in the bounce. I feel like slow force is one of the more precise tricks. It's like not that crazy hard to execute from a timing perspective, but the par things out of bounds are at least a bit more precise.
Yeah, HERASMIE taking kind of a safe line out of bounds, and oh no, ANORAK getting out of
Oh
bounds
yeah,
but dying.
he died
Is
here.
he gonna
He's
back
still
this
out
up?
of bounds, so he can
Oh
try back
wow.
it up.
If he backs this up, this is really... Is he die again? He's gonna die again.
Yeah, he's like too far left on this out of
Yeah.
bounds movement. Hitting the death plane there and finally gets it, but yeah, not the greatest execution, and SCYNOR with a better execution is already at least tied on the screen, so big moment
And
here for SCYNOR
HERASMIE
to close the gap.
is struggling with BBJ. So SCYNOR gaining time on, like, a lot of time on both players so far in this Judland.
Yeah, a very, very crucial moment here for SCYNOR. We can see how both BBJ attempts here will be, but if they are clean, that's definitely like a small hiccup for HERASMIE.
And SCYNOR and ANORAK almost synced up.
It's nice to see.
And
Okay,
SCYNOR
now they
gets
are
it.
not, because SCYNOR gets it first try. And so far, the only person in this level who didn't do any major mistakes. Or like not any mistakes at all, I could even say. And yeah,
ANORAK shoots himself and pulls the lever at the same time. I don't know if that was intentional. Didn't lose any time, but that looked funny.
yeah, I have never seen that before, honestly. So maybe it was an accident. Maybe he wanted to shoot the droids on the left side and just like maybe got snapbacked or something.
Could be. HERASMIE missing quicksand 1 with getting the respawn and backing it up really well. We are going for bone bridge skip. And he gets it.
Oh, yeah, that was a really nice height boost there. That looked like really smooth. But yeah, all runners in the same room. I think that has been a while since we had that. So
That's a good point. SCYNOR doing quicksand 1 very well. ANORAK 2.
let's see this bone bridge skip here from SCYNOR. Gets it as well. Let's see if we can
And
get
ANORAK
3 out of
also
3.
doing
And we get
nice.
3 for free. That's really cool. Like considering it's such a small trick, which only saves like, what is it, 2 seconds? Oh no, ANORAK just
Ooh,
died on
ANORAK.
question 2.
ANORAK was
That's really not
already
nice.
doing it kind of risky. I feel like that's a really risky way to do it. Maybe that's how he usually does it, I'm not sure. But takes a death.
Yeah, it was a risky line for sure, and also did not get the respawn like directly in front of it, but on top of the pushing platform. So yeah, ANORAK struggling a bit here on the Chuntland, and he will probably not be in second place anymore. Let's see the times here, but I think SCYNOR might have just overtaken him, and I guess kinda held the distance to HERASMIE. Yeah, 10 seconds now.
HERASMIE coming up
So
on fry skip.
yeah, we really want to see that fry skip execution here. I don't think he
Oh
did
no!
get it, right? He
No,
didn't.
he did not get. He did not get P3 glitch.
Yeah, let's
And
see.
he's
Let's
opting.
see if he can back it up, though.
Wait, what is he doing?
Yeah, I'm really confused. He just wants to switch players, apparently.
Oh, yeah, he has to go now for the pre-cantina backup. SCYNOR also coming on fry
Interesting.
skip. Let's see if he manages.
I feel like he
Looks
got
good.
it. It looks definitely better, and he also gets like the quick jump on the speeder there. A bit of a troll droid here blocking him. Yeah, let's see if
ANORAK
HERASMIE
also looks good.
can back it up.
Barely,
He got the auto
barely gets
dropout
the P3
really,
glitch.
really late, but he got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that was like so close to no. Oh, he stepped off the button too early. No, it opened. What? Do the buttons just like not stay green?
Oh no, and
No, SCYNOR missed it.
3PO barely misses the button. Barely just
Wait, how did
walks
3PO
right
just
past the
not
button.
walk past the button there? What? That's a really interesting line from 3PO there.
So all players having like struggling a bit. Like I guess ANORAK struggling the least and gaining the time that he lost to SCYNOR almost back. And HERASMIE also
Yeah,
struggling with the
really, as I said,
character. Yeah.
no good space bots from either of the runners.
And HERASMIE also losing his lead a little bit, having the problem with the character management and not getting the room 1 setup.
Yeah, that will be interesting to see, especially heading into two like even like more volatile levels. I wouldn't say like most volatile of episode 4 because we just had a huge like time loss in Shandland. But Princess and DSE is definitely like the clinching point of this episode.
Yeah, and then Rebel Attack kind of a more chill level to prepare you for the next very big episode. And the exact thing we were talking about when ANORAK was so much ahead in episode 1 that he has a really good episode 1 sob and a good episode 1 exit, but now is struggling with the later episodes more.
Alright, let's see how HERASMIE decides to do this out of bounds. He got it pretty cleanly with Obi-Wan here. I believe all of the players are gonna do Obi-Wan. I could expect SCYNOR to not do it, but
Yeah, SCYNOR is the only one definitely with the potential to not. But SCYNOR doing it with Obi-Wan HERASMIE goes too far with P2 on grabbing Tractor Beam, but backs it up pretty well.
yeah, second try out of bounds. So like at the end of the world. You can see the backup shot from HERASMIE here as well. I believe like that should have worked. Good that he did it, because
And SCYNOR
Obi-Wan was not showing up.
struggling with the backup shot, and ANORAK getting the red brick without any problems.
See, yeah, ANORAK also deciding not to go for the backup shot here. Well, was worth the gamble. Did work out for him. We're just gonna see a bit of more time that ANORAK needed to spend killing the troopers, since he did not do that before. Also, this could be interesting. Yeah, he did not diagram correctly, so we'll have to fight a bit to keep the helmet on Chubby.
But he didn't get the aggro on the swinging room. That is interesting.
Yeah, he was able to kill like the guys in the hallway, and then he de-aggroed when he went like into the soft load.
Okay, gotcha. No helmet losing disasters for any runner, which is really good.
Yeah, really good, because we can keep our close match. Should all like everyone should stay inside this like, what is it now, 40-second window.
Yeah.
Small time gain here from SCYNOR over HERASMIE. Let's see what ANORAK will get here.
SCYNOR with 401, HERASMIE with 405, and ANORAK with the worst princess 411. But the next level can honestly have anyone in the lead by the end, I would say. And I'm not expecting anyone to go for a Chimkin box.
Yeah, I feel. Oh, HERASMIE missing the pause. There's no way this works, right? Okay. Yeah, he kind of missed the pause buffering there on the trash skip attempt. And this is like the next opportunity for ANORAK and SCYNOR to catch up.
And SCYNOR
If
getting
they
it.
get trash skip here, yeah. If both get trash skip, they might just be like right on HERASMIE's tail.
SCYNOR just has to do the movement now.
I feel like that should be fine for ANORAK. Oh!
Oh no, and
Oh,
ANORAK
it's too low.
getting swapped to
It's
Leia.
sad. He
That
did
is
not do
really
the
unfortunate.
jump though, and I feel like from my experience, he was a bit far back with I was a bit far back with Han.
I believe
SCYNOR
I
just
looked like
taking a
HERASMIE.
long while to kill everyone.
I might be
Did
wrong,
he
but
miss his helmet?
it looked like HERASMIE like fell from the platform that you used the panel on.
Oh, that happened. Yeah, I was like kind of wondering why he has not exited the room yet, but that might have been a reason for it. Yeah.
And SCYNOR, all of a sudden, after being so much behind, being ahead now.
Yeah, that just shows the episode 4 consistency. Okay, final chance for a champion box setup here. I don't think it will happen, but you never know, right?
Yeah. HERASMIE barely getting Rip More skip.
Oh, he actually... No, I thought for a second because he hesitated on the push. Kind of getting baited a bit. Baited by the hopes and dreams.
And the hopes and dreams were crushed. But SCYNOR did also lose the helmet, so had to go back before doing Falconless setup, so still not having...
Not a
so
perfect
like,
one,
no,
at least.
yeah, no one has a DSE without at least something going wrong. It's just a really hard level with a lot of variance, with enemies and 2 different out-of-bounds skips. SCYNOR missing the Falcon jump. Setting up slower this time and getting it.
Yeah, I guess a small potential for HERASMIE here. Yeah, he went for the smooth triple jump rolls. So yeah, I guess with the lost helmet from SCYNOR and like the death there at the end, it was like not the worst possible outcome for the other runners, but he definitely is in front now by a fair amount. I would say like probably something around 20 seconds.
Yeah. This one level just really changed how... wait, is HERASMIE's live split okay?
Yeah, I'm wondering, maybe it just did not split or something.
I mean, HERASMIE is the #1 person to have problems with live split auto splitting, so I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest.
That could be a thing, yeah. Yeah, I assume we will have a way to fix that.
We'll see if he doesn't get the split of 4-6, then we should be worried. We said that like HERASMIE fell from the thing, but he got a 405. I don't think he would have got that time if he did.
That's true, yeah. Maybe it was like just overthinking and like kind of forgetting how slow that room is without the thing.
Yeah. This level is... You can micro-optimize this level a lot, but in concept it's a pretty simple level where not that much should go wrong, besides maybe some RNG deaths or blanks on the torpedoes.
Yeah, I feel like the largest optimization that you can get is probably like the torpedo dunk at the very beginning. Pretty nice. Besides that, you can go for the fast out of bounds lineup here. We could both SCYNOR and HERASMIE went for it, but HERASMIE just did not go right enough on the out of bounds.
Oh
And
no, I'm missing it again.
Yeah, he kind of like missed it on both sides now, so we can see if he can get it on a
Oh no,
10-3,
this is...
but unfortunately not. Yeah, this shows like
Yeah, this
just shows how field-based this trick is, honestly. And if you're just like not locked in perfectly, can go wrong like this, and finally gets it. But ANORAK could be in the lead here, at least over HERASMIE again.
Yeah,
I
HERASMIE
mean,
just having a meltdown and refusing to do the wall setup, keeping or trying the riskier setup over and over again. So we'll see if that gets ANORAK to second place on this race. But SCYNOR will definitely be the one ahead out of episode 4. SCYNOR barely getting a 109 episode 4 exit. Very respectable. And this is probably the biggest part of just cutscenes. Almost the biggest part of cutscenes and auto scrollers, but the transition between end of the next episode and beginning of episode 3 is much larger with 3-1. And HERASMIE's DSE split is also showing now, which is really good to see.
Yeah, I mean, from like having a around 1 minute gap between first and last, yeah, it now just is inside 34, 5. I can't calculate. 34 seconds. So yeah, definitely getting closer together. But honestly, I would expect that at least the gap between first and last place will widen here, just because now SCYNOR is in front and he should be able to outperform the other runners on the episode they're coming. But you never know.
Yeah, I would say the race is very much still open with only 34 seconds, and now with also episode 6 coming up, I think it's anyone's game still, for sure. Yeah, and HERASMIE just having a really terrible rebel attack, a 509. That is not what one wants to see.
Yeah, and almost like lost his entire lead over ANORAK. So we are probably now having the race for second here, and I feel like it's kind of funny because like from the beginning of this race, HERASMIE and ANORAK kind of battled it out between themselves. Then we had HERASMIE pulling ahead a bit since ANORAK messed up Slowforce so much, and now we have the big mess up from HERASMIE, so they are back together and just like almost pretty much synced despite like the load differences in this cutscene here.
Yeah. So far it's been like for ANORAK being ahead out of episode 1, then HERASMIE playing episode 2 really well, being ahead out of episode 2, and then SCYNOR playing episode 4 really well and ahead out of episode 4. So all players are getting their own wins, but of course the only one that matters is going to be who's ahead out of episode 5. SCYNOR is getting really weird camera angles here. I'm not exactly sure what happened.
Yeah, I think it might just be the way he plays it. I know he only turns on extras like after shooting there, so might have to do something with that.
Could be. Do you know if HERASMIE does this with Chewie only for Chewie's faster panel animation?
I am pretty sure that is the case, yeah.
Ooh, and SCYNOR getting the instant droid avoid. That is a really nice time save.
Yeah, I guess doing the helmet with Chewie is also a bit like smoother for the character management in this room, because you don't have like to swap to him as well.
That's true, yeah. Let's see this spiderless for SCYNOR. Not getting out on the first one. Second try. Paired with the instant spiderless, that is really
That's still pretty good.
nice.
Can see ANORAK going for the auto dropout here. Just a very small optimization.
I've never seen that setup for the auto dropout. I've only seen the other one.
Yeah, I think this one is like definitely the easier one, because for the other one you kind of need to hold an angle. Yeah, very in sync spiderless attempts here from HERASMIE and ANORAK. HERASMIE getting it first try. Let's see ANORAK. Also good, yeah, very nice to see.
ANORAK taking his time with this setup, making sure that he doesn't lose more time.
Yeah, and just as Dino ends the room, ANORAK gets into it. See how the rank of fight manipulation works here. I think that might be good. Yeah.
Yeah. I know SCYNOR got the fast Rancor. I'm not sure if HERASMIE did.
Yeah, just by looking at the timing of it, it should be fine.
Okay, HERASMIE's force choking is like giving me a heart attack. That looked so risky.
Did he not like do a 90-degree turn or something?
He was like not spam force choking and also like not moving him around all the time. He was like
Okay.
kind of
Yeah, if he
only
wasn't
doing
moving,
only doing.
then it's...
He was like fully doing the force choke, not spamming at all, and just moving a bit left to the right, like every 2 seconds. That was really scary. Hmm. Oh wow. HERASMIE actually getting a 558 Jabez.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, that is
That
really
was
good.
pretty clean. Actually, just wondering. I mean, SCYNOR got a 610, so definitely like still showing that it's not decided yet. SCYNOR and HERASMIE both with the 220-53 BPT, so we would expect something to like. Let's see. SCYNOR with the CPS, pretty clean.
And
Misses a few
the
shots.
gap, yeah, the gap for SCYNOR and HERASMIE went from 30 seconds to 15 in one level, and HERASMIE has put a lot of focus on Carcoon. I know that this is the level he would want the CG in the most, so he has put a lot of practice in this. So we'll see if that pays off in this match today.
Yeah, we can see him going for the CPS as well, getting it too. Unfortunately, it takes a death here, so it will take a bit longer to kill Boba here. Yeah, this was like not the ideal fight.
Oh no, SCYNOR missing topless. Missing it again. And missing it again. Wow, this is really bad for SCYNOR, and HERASMIE can for sure catch up. And this is a meltdown. Oh no. Finally gets it.
How did it even work? It did not look that great, but I guess finally he got it.
Yeah, and
Let's see, a
HERASMIE
big
can
chance for HERASMIE here. Yeah.
gets it. HERASMIE can like almost gained all the time that SCYNOR was ahead with a really clean Jabez and a much better Carcoon Room 1.
Yeah, and now we have the disco skip here. Very crucial skip in races. As we can see, SCYNOR not going for the pixel setup. Of course, HERASMIE will do it. Oh no, SCYNOR is doing it now as well. That's interesting.
SCYNOR just did one normal setup
He
for the
did one
fans.
YOLO attempt, I guess, and then does it now, but takes a lot of time to set it up. Gets it though, but of course HERASMIE, as kind of the originator of this setup, will get it like even quicker. And ANORAK also like getting a fairly good. So yeah, I feel like we are like on to a big equalizer here.
The race just got really close with the Carcoon Room 1 and the disco skip. And HERASMIE having the BTT on the end platform, clearly showing like he knows exactly how to manipulate the enemies and how to play the end platform.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Just as
by him.
fast as possible, yeah.
Like he entered the room kinda tied with SCYNOR and just like saved, what, 4 or 5 seconds there just to win and flip for execution. That's really impressive.
And wow, HERASMIE now having a 30-second lead. So SCYNOR did not start getting away of the 2 runners in this episode.
He definitely like threw hard on the topless attempts there. I feel like overall HERASMIE's execution just was pretty good here. Like you pointed out. I guess the Boba fight didn't go as smooth as it would like to. But apart from that, he got everything first try. He got everything very fast.
Yeah, like him missing the CPS and also not having the fastest disco ever, but still getting a 437 just shows that even if it looks like he's not getting the best stuff, he's just really good at the level.
437 is still pretty good. I would say
that
like
does be my
half
goal.
of or like more than half of the people in this tournament have not got a 437 Cocoon.
I don't have one, so yeah. All
Exactly.
players getting flower jump first try. I would say maybe the most crucial skip in this episode.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy.
And HERASMIE exploding with P2, missing the skip. The speeder skip.
What's
And
Tino doing though? Can we can we lay focus on that? What is he doing? Gets it finally, but
I have
it's
no idea
like,
what the first speeder flip was.
yeah, he just like flipped in a completely different spot. I'm not sure. I guess theoretically maybe can get over there, but I just think it was not intentional. And yeah, heading into this end section, I would assume everyone kind of placed it the same. So I would expect HERASMIE to have like a 30-second lead here now even. And then
Yeah.
SCYNOR and ANORAK probably being very close to each other.
Yeah, we kind of forgot to mention, we were talking about the SCYNOR and the HERASMIE gap, but ANORAK has almost catched up to SCYNOR with that Carcoon.
Yeah, now it's the SCYNOR and ANORAK like race for second.
Yeah, like I said after episode 4, I think this is anyone's game, and now, like, the tables have fully turned.
Yeah, it's kind of the same situation that we were, but just HERASMIE and SCYNOR switching places with HERASMIE now leading 34 seconds. Wasn't it like even exactly 34 seconds into episode 6? I believe like we have had that second foul at some point.
Yeah, the gap was 34 seconds between HERASMIE and SCYNOR into episode 6.
Well, it still is, but kinda the opposite way around.
Yeah. This has been a very exciting race so far. Everyone has had the lead, and like I think everyone has had a lead over 30 seconds, and we've only been through half of the episodes.
Yeah, pretty good script, I would say. Whoever wrote that one, I can't remember. And yeah,
Yeah,
small pace
I
break.
was I was going crazy when the script came in the mail yesterday.
Yeah. Small pace check here as well. We are having HERASMIE being 12 seconds ahead of his PB even. That just shows honestly like how bad HERASMIE's PB is compared to his potential and like even the BPT. Because he's still ahead of his PB despite having a few meltdowns and like everything that happened. In the meantime, SCYNOR and ANORAK both are over a minute behind their PBs respectively, so HERASMIE even with a PB potential into the yeah, second half of this match.
This level has a very, very big skip coming up, the 12 button skip, which should be pretty consistent to these runners, that it shouldn't have that big of disaster. Well, HERASMIE is really struggling on the box push right now.
Yeah, he kind of pushed it too far there with Han, which usually should not happen, but I think he got shot in a weird way there, so probably got a bit confused. And let's see this
Yeah,
first button skip here now.
HERASMIE
That's pretty
performing
interesting.
hill roll very well.
Yeah, because you said it like you're not expecting anyone to lose a lot of time on 12 buttons, but like if you miss up like the first 1 or 2 attempts on the second gate skip, I feel like you kind of start to question like your muscle memory for the trick. And then
HERASMIE
that's
getting
kind of where
first
it
barrier
can
skip.
get crucial.
Yeah, HERASMIE getting first barrier skip, both first try, but really struggling on the second barrier skip.
Yeah, exactly.
SCYNOR
That's what I
also,
mentioned. And SCYNOR has the chance here, but yeah, he gets it second try. Got a really good boost here, and finally for HERASMIE, he gets it as well.
so now SCYNOR is ahead, RTA.
Yeah, let's see what ANORAK can do here. I think he took a bit of time for the first barrier. Second barrier will take a bit as well. Yeah, I think he's just like not having enough hate. Like, just barely catching on the collision there. Not making it over the edge.
Yeah, really unfortunate second barrier skip for almost all runners. SCYNOR having
Yeah.
the best one, but also not the most good. And
Not the
HERASMIE and
greatest
ANORAK
one.
just having, yeah, and HERASMIE and
Yeah,
ANORAK
another
having
thing that
this
I just noticed,
terrible
ANORAK
one.
does not have ghost hearts here. So
Yeah, I also did
he
not notice
will
that.
he will have a lot of troubles in the bunker. Also took a death already there on this barrier, but playing the bunker without ghost hearts is pretty annoying. Like, there's a lot of stuff you'd have to take care on if you don't have ghost hearts here.
And bunker is already as hard as it is, then now you have to factor in, there's already so much stuff to focus on, all the camera pan skips, the hard 1P2C, now you also have to focus on not exploding yourself, adding a new level of toughness to the bunker that is usually not there and shouldn't be there.
But we have a like, oh, SCYNOR did actually miss the cameraman pan here. So yeah, very nice sync there from those runners though. We will see how the load list times will be in a second, but at least from like the run execution, that's like kind of crazy sync here.
Yeah, I was just about to say they
That's
got the
crazy.
second CPS perfectly on sync the dropouts.
Let's see if someone like can get the fourth CPS and we can. What is me doing with R2? I think that should work. Yeah, it does.
I think SCYNOR fell, so he didn't get it.
Yeah, he either fell or did it on purpose. I don't know if he like was on a good elevator cycle.
ANORAK not getting the Trooper Diagro. That is unfortunate.
He had to go for the like old Wicked Grand Adventure setup there, pulling the lever yourself.
Thankfully, he gets the R2 call in pretty quickly, I would say.
Yeah, he did. And let's see at the delta times here. HERASMIE 36 seconds. That is a bit more, so yeah.
26 seconds.
Oh, it's 26 only, yeah, that's right. So small catch up there, definitely.
Next level is. I don't want to say
Yeah,
anything. I don't know if I don't know if I did a commentator's curse on
yeah.
the other level when
Do
I
a
said like.
commentator's curse here, please.
Yeah. So
load up the curse.
so none of these runners this high level should not have any trouble doing this skip in this level. Like every single runner does it from the beginning. If you have the world record or if you have a 4-hour run, it's been around for a really long time and it's really pretty simple. So we shouldn't see anything crazy in this level.
Yeah, definitely nothing is gonna happen. Nothing has happened in Chella Destiny ever.
Yeah, I think I would agree for sure.
Okay, pretty good execution there.
Oh no.
HERASMIE.
SCYNOR
Yeah,
pushing kind of to the wrong side.
yeah, the Emperor is kind of breaking out here. It's also like pretty crazy though. Like, what is he doing? Like, the Emperor
Oh
did not
no!
want to fall down that vent, and yeah, he had to like accidentally reset the
Okay,
fight there. But
I am so sorry, SCYNOR. Core made me do it, I swear.
yeah, but like, I feel like he also like got really unlucky from the Emperor there. Like, there's no way the Emperor just like did not walk one like whatever. And we have a left side here from ANORAK. That's crazy. I haven't seen a left side in a long time, and especially like that. What? Wait, that's new, right?
That
I've
was
never seen anyone do
extremely
it like
clean.
that.
Yeah,
What?
I've never seen that either. That was like the right side setup, but on the left side, and that was really good.
And like, I'm kind of baffled. Like, that might be fast, right?
I
I
mean,
feel like because the
yeah,
line is like so much better than on the left, than on the right. No?
I would
Would be
agree. I think,
interesting.
yeah, it looked like extremely straight. And it looked like when like Vader spawned, he really pushed Palpatine like really well on the
Yeah,
respawn.
and I can remember like the old left side setup, like the OG left side.
The one that Justin still does.
Yeah, I feel like that was not even that much slower than the right side one. But yeah, he did get a
HERASMIE.
26. Oh, he did get a 25.9, but I feel like the setup for it wasn't not the greatest. So I would like to see some sleuthing on that.
Yeah. HERASMIE got a dupe on the ITDS room 1. Looking okay on the RNG. SCYNOR getting a nice amount of torpedoes too.
Yeah, I feel like not the greatest opening room here for HERASMIE. But he has 2 torpedoes into the intersection, so that's kind of good because you don't have to backflip on the torpedo dispenser. And it like saves maybe 2 to 3 seconds for the intersection.
Or it's like you don't even have to stop on it.
Yeah, you can just like fly over it in full speed. That's what I meant.
Yeah. I know, like, not having the best luck in the beginning, but now getting so many torpedoes.
If he gets this one, he has enough for the entire room. This one should hit, yeah. Yeah, I think, yeah, as you said, like the beginning wasn't great, but with that ending, I don't think you can be too sad about it.
Yeah. And also getting the power up with P1 and I think that was 2 torpedoes on P1 and 1 on P2. Looks like the interior is going well so far for both of the players.
Yeah, the second like turret section here is definitely a bit more crucial. As you can see for HERASMIE, he actually went for the core flips. I don't know he's going for those.
But Core, you have the Core BTT with HERASMIE, right?
Yeah, I do, but I guess for that one, you kind of have to, like, one player can just spam the heck out of the jump button. So that's a bit different than doing it in solo. Not the cleanest core competence there from HERASMIE. He missed one of the turrets.
I wasn't paying attention to it that well.
Let's see here, ANORAK also activating one of those turrets a bit late, taking a death here with Falcon.
But grabbing the torpedoes back really well.
Yeah. That is crucial. At least having 3 torpedoes into that section is really necessary, so we can grab the Raptor here.
I don't think that was a double target.
He double targeted, right?
I don't think. I think it was close, but no. Yeah.
Okay. Everything good so far. We have 3 IT grabs, so no major time losses in Falcon Flight. Which, yeah, would be hidden somewhere.
Yeah. And now, as I said before, this is the most auto-scroller / cutscene heavy part of the run. So you can go grab yourself a snack or a drink, because now we'll get into the last 2 episodes, which are definitely gonna be very exciting. And I still think it's anyone's game.
Yeah, I agree. It's like a perfect break to get hydrated and prepare for the last third, so to say. Currently 34 seconds again for HERASMIE, so a bit of a cleaner execution throughout the entire ITDS level, but as you mentioned, briefly, we do have a BTT segment there, so he spent a lot of time in this level and knows the inside section very well.
Wait. Did SCYNOR just... Huh?
Did he
Wait,
go to
what
the
is that ITDS? What is that ITDS time? Is that not a 4:57?
Wait, what? No, wait. I'm a bit confused. Let me think.
I swear it is. That is a 4:57.
It really is a 4:57, yeah.
Wow. I did not realize it was that good.
Yeah, only 2 seconds behind CG, what?
That is insane.
How could we have missed that, honestly?
Yeah, we both missed that it was that insane. I thought I was counting wrong when I was looking at the times.
Yeah, I honestly got a bit confused because I thought, wow, they are 34 seconds ahead, and I kind of forgot the Destiny disaster, so I kind of thought SCYNOR was losing time. But yeah, you're absolutely right. This is kind of crazy. And yeah, on the top right we have a Perfect execution of Coruscant. Player 1 is in front. Player 1 is in front. I love to see that.
And the other two players are not getting their player ones in front.
Yeah, that is crazy time loss by them, honestly. How are they ever gonna recover from the time loss? I'm wondering.
I really don't know. Maybe if HERASMIE misses the red brick here, that would be a classic.
Yeah, that could happen. I feel like that has happened to people before. But yeah, overall, I mean, as you can tell, this level is kind of boring to commentate. I could bore you all to death with like play-to-play commentary, what HERASMIE is doing and what the others aren't doing and how that is so much better, but I feel like no one would want to hear that. So, yeah. And he did, in fact,
Yeah, I'm
get
not sure.
DSP. Before I'm reading anything in chat, he did get it.
Yeah, but I mean, you said this is really boring level to commentate, but you're definitely the best person to commentate this level, I would say.
Yeah, I mean I am, and HERASMIE is really like making me proud, not gonna lie. He is a bit short on hearts here, so scrambling here a bit to kill someone, and yeah, to spread the hearts evenly across P1 and P2. And he should be good for the rest of the level here, and also maintains player 1 in front here, so actually there's a pretty good execution there. Gets a 27, which is, yeah, I would be content with a 27 all the time, so well, I guess I would not be content with it, but I would be content with people doing it. Okay, can someone please ban this T-Fresh guy in chat? I especially
What the,
that he got it.
what did
He says, did HERASMIE just miss VSB? Okay, that's crazy.
and HERASMIE going for
That is-
GDS, not getting it. But if HERASMIE really missed the red brick, then that is going to be a big time loss on half.
That's kind of true. Okay, so SCYNOR does get it. Gets GDS, gets the menuing in between. So, kind of getting back to 5 seconds there again.
Yeah, and SCYNOR and HERASMIE are almost tied RTA now. Now they are pretty much
now
tied.
HERASMIE is actually ahead because... no, SCYNOR is ahead because HERASMIE died. SCYNOR is dying now. So we are having two lead changes here in this small little room. Pretty intense so far here.
Have you been paying attention who has faster load, SCYNOR or HERASMIE?
I think SCYNOR has the better loads here. I feel like it's like 20-second load difference or something.
ANORAK also getting GDS.
Oh yeah, that's pretty nice.
And both players setting up for MVE. SCYNOR gets it,
very nice from
and
SCYNOR.
HERASMIE gets it.
Okay, pretty good execution there. Of course, HERASMIE not getting GDS, and like both taking a death here, but move MVE at least.
Yeah, and ANORAK really struggling with the pipe room.
We're seeing a right side setup here from HERASMIE. No, what?
Wait,
Now he's
I guess
going to left side. What?
no, I guess
Just
R2's AI was on the right side.
Oh, so he kind of just got trolled by the AI.
Oh
that is
no!
unfortunate. He got like weirdly pulled by the camera, I feel like, and just popped back in bounds. No, and now he's like dropping down here a bit. scrambling to find the transition again. And SCYNOR is already out of the elevator. I think he died once in the elevator even, but if you set it up properly, you don't lose too much time to it.
Yeah. Did ANORAK do MV? I kind of missed it.
I mean, he has to, because otherwise he wouldn't be on 2 Jedi's here.
Yeah, that's also what I was
Scrambling a bit.
thinking.
I assume it
So
also
now
went
after
quite well.
Yeah, after SCYNOR lost so much time on Destiny and Carcoon, HERASMIE getting all ahead by so much, and SCYNOR has taken it all back on this Chancellor.
Yeah, it kind of shows that like neither of the runners is fully derusted and like fully playing their best. We can see HERASMIE still being like, at least before Chancellor, he was still 14 seconds ahead of his PB. That might change now. But yeah, overall just showing that no runner is like bringing the A game here, and especially if you consider that maybe only one person will advance to rank 1 here. It's gonna be even more crucial who wins here, really. And like, it's still not decided who is gonna be second and third as well. So we have like still such a close race in general.
Yeah, we can really see how close all three players are
Yeah, and
in
the lead is
their
down to 4
skill levels.
seconds now. Well, actually, it's a lead for SCYNOR at 4 seconds. Wait, how did that happen?
Wow.
That was really, really clean from SCYNOR here, right? What was it like?
Yeah, SCYNOR getting a 405.
Yeah, 4 or 5.
Sure.
That's kind of clean.
Honestly, with getting GDS and MVE, 405 isn't the greatest, I would say.
Yeah, you can definitely get sub 4, but he kind of died a few times to like droids and everything else, right? I would say acceptable Grievous cycles here, especially in a race.
Yeah, and HERASMIE starting off with a 4
here,
cycle.
though. That's very nice. See if we can get one more and like. Well, I guess we spoke too early. Only getting a 1 on this attempt.
Commentator's curse.
Yeah, we really be doing a great job cursing those runners.
Yeah. And SCYNOR definitely having the better Grievous out of them. And now ANORAK having a 3 cycle and a 2 cycle. ANORAK is known for having really good Grievuses usually.
Yeah, usually, but doesn't go that well in this attempt here.
I mean, that is
I would
still
say
not
it's
bad.
like, yeah, it's still an acceptable Grievous, but comparing to the other ones. I mean, what did we have? SCYNOR did have a 120. HERASMIE with a 132. And actually a 117 for ANORAK, so still kind of the best ones, but he definitely, I think he has a few OXs there, so I guess for him it was still not the greatest one.
I could only dream of an OX Grievous. This level is just all about the micro optimization. There's no hard tricks pretty much at all, but the amount of enemies there is brings so much micro optimization into it, and reacting to the enemy is knowing just every situation. Experience helps with like a lot in this level.
And usually you would expect everyone here to be experienced enough, so far I would say good execution there from both runners that I saw on the second rookie, which can be a bit tricky depending on the clone spawns. Yeah, ANORAK actually getting the, I would say, unlucky clone there. That's a bit annoying, but manages to force him.
Yeah.
That should be pretty alright.
Everyone having pretty normal Kashyyyk so far. And oh no, HERASMIE gets punished for the fact that he's shooting with Chewie on this room and shoots
Yeah,
Yoda back
that's
on
why
accident.
you usually just don't do that. that's kind of the reason why it's unnecessary, but yeah, he just blew himself up there. SCYNOR with a, I would say, pretty clean end room. Is that a really like quick clearing of the enemies?
Yeah.
Yeah, just like that. 355
Wow.
Kashyyyk.
54 actually. Or are you checking the run?
Oh no, it was just like going off the deltas here. Also, I was like not calculating it at all.
But yeah, SCYNOR definitely, like I said, how experience helps with this level. SCYNOR definitely having the most experience out of the three runners. Showing it by getting the, I would assume, the best Kashyyyk out of them. HERASMIE with a 401, and I don't
Yeah, and
expect
ANORAK
ANORAK
is
to beat
not
a
beating that
54.
since he like
Yeah.
took a few attempts on that second Yoda jump there. And now, yeah, rest of episode 6, I would not expect a lot of change. Of course, library skip
Episode,
can have its moments, but usually, like, the next two levels are pretty consistent for most top runners.
yeah, ANORAK having a lot of trouble with the enemies, killing himself also.
Yeah, he had a 420 Kashyyyk here. Not the greatest at all.
SCYNOR just got a power-up duplication.
That's crazy.
Honestly, I've
Really
never
nice.
seen that.
Yeah, I think like on this specific power up, it's like not that crazily often because usually Yoda is just so much ahead. But it definitely did help him clearing out the enemies just like so much quicker. He got everyone like pretty good, and also remembers to clear the redrop in here, the potential one. So he is set up for the drop-in warp at the beginning of Vader.
How common is the power-up duplication there? Because I've never heard that that's actually possible.
I mean, it's like duping power-ups is kind of like duping torpedoes, where you just have to pick it up at the same frame. So you
Oh,
can
okay.
kind of like intentionally go for it, but usually people just don't do that. I think that's a pretty weird camera here for HERASMIE. Going onto this, but it works. So very nice. Love to see some good library skips.
Yeah, exactly. Love to see that kind of weird camera didn't affect the setup. I missed SCYNOR doing the DIW. I assume he got it.
Yeah, he got it like very quickly, just as you expect. Pretty normal, I would say.
Now ANORAK coming up on library skip. Oh no. I'm not sure if that call-in was too early. Looked like it kinda
It
was.
definitely looked a bit early, yeah.
That also looked early, oh
Yeah,
no.
that was definitely too early, like... that was 100% early. So... you might need to, like, step up the game here. He gets it on the third one. But yeah, overall ANORAK falling behind here, like, pretty significantly.
Oh, and HERASMIE is just barely missing pillar clip, missing the out of bounds movement.
Tragic. That's such a cool trick. And SCYNOR actually getting house jump. I feel like for SCYNOR that's like the most common thing to miss. I've seen him miss that one, like, especially a few times.
Yeah.
But overall, solid job from SCYNOR ending out episode 3 here. I feel like he has kind of reduced his errors quite a lot. Don't think if there was like any major thing in episode 3 that happened. Like, despite, I mean, Chancellor wasn't that great from like what happened, but this was like no disaster. And now, yeah. Oh,
Oh
HERASMIE
no!
actually died.
HERASMIE. He was panning up during the house jump for a quick warp, and looks like maybe that panning caused him to not have as a consistent of a house jump setup. That is really
Yeah,
unfortunate.
maybe. Oh, this one also does not look good. He just jumped down in the lava since he like got a very quick double jump. Maybe this was like a controller issue even, where he got a like double jump by only pressing once. But
Yeah,
really
that is
unfortunate here.
a disaster. And SCYNOR is now pulling ahead by
Yes,
very
I don't know,
much.
over a minute ahead, so kind of like, I feel like I don't want to like jinx it too much since we have
Yeah.
like a minute lead from, was it HERASMIE who was like almost a minute ahead over SCYNOR at least? So it's not over until it's over, but SCYNOR being the most experienced runner and also like the most consistent, no, I wouldn't say SCYNOR is a consistent runner. I was about to say like the fastest runner of those three at least. Giving him over a minute lead into the last episode is a very crucial thing, and now we only have 30, is it 34 again? This number haunts us, I guess. But we are on 34 seconds.
What is 34 seconds?
Between HERASMIE and ANORAK, right?
Isn't it, what, isn't it 26?
What? Who's the dumb person between us here now? Am I?
What were you looking at?
25 plus what? Am I...
5 plus 1.
Wait, what? I'm still confused. Isn't like 59 minus
Wait,
25?
what? Okay, yeah, never mind.
Okay.
It's
We'll get it
34,
together.
yeah. Uh, some
Yeah, I actually pulled up my
technical
calc here.
difficulties over here.
I actually pulled up my calc, and if you didn't know, that's short for calculator. Just using
Oh yeah,
slang.
yeah, yeah. For anyone watching this stream, it's actually slang. SCYNOR doing second bear skip with both players. I feel like that's like a swag strat.
Yeah, he's a swagger here, and oh, he does the. Oh, this is crazy. He gets a 2 cycle on the explosions here. Let's see how the second wave is gonna go, because he's going for the, I would say, a bit riskier strat, which like has chances to softlock, but on the other side it's just like a huge risk reward thing, right?
Oh no.
Oh no, there he
Oh
is.
no, it's there. It's there.
It was just like not registering. I would assume he has like experimented with this, but yeah, we actually don't know the likelihood of the softlock here. Sometimes it can just happen a bit more consistently for some people. I guess you would you would like to have a word on that.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't know a lot about that. I've had a lot of experiences with soft locking on this level. I had a crazy phase when I came back to this game from Lego Marvel. I had a 60% success rate on the half soft locks. And I have soft locked on all like 3 out of 4 waves, like in an actual run.
Yeah, I guess you haven't softlock on the third wave, right? No, it was the third. It wasn't the fourth, right?
Yeah, 4th
Yeah.
I haven't soft locked on a run yet, but 3 out of 4 I've soft locked in
I
a
mean,
run.
it's still to come, so you can work towards your goals. Yeah, SCYNOR clearing out the last wave here, and yeah, doing what is a pretty solid half battle, I think. Especially with like the first 2 waves and like not missing first barrier skip like CG does. This was a fine half battle.
Yeah.
And HERASMIE definitely
this-
taking a while on the second wave.
Yeah. 604 for SCYNOR. Definitely a very decent time. And ANORAK also doing the corner setup. That's looking scary. Oh no, is it over for ANORAK? No, it's not.
Yeah, it's not, but he's going for an interesting wave 3 setup here, because like when you do this, there should be like 180 directly at the start.
Interesting, ANORAK is going to the right on the beginning of wave 3.
Yeah, I don't think he should go to the right there, but I assume he has more experience on the setup, but just from my Hoth Arena experience, I think left would have been fine here.
I'm not sure about ANORAK's half experience. I think his gold, when he was trying to get the 224, his PB was 225, his gold was like 620 something.
Yeah, his current is 611, so I don't want to be like too rough on him, but that is not good. 611 half is not the greatest.
Yeah, ANORAK is definitely an early game player. Coming up, SCYNOR coming up on boom skip.
Yeah, let's see how many booms we can get here. This is definitely too high. Yeah. It's also like, okay, it worked, but really taking his time on this setup.
So SCYNOR pretty much not saving time from boom skip.
Yeah, this was a 2 out of 5 booms, I would say.
Something along those lines.
Pretty mid boom skip, definitely. And
HERASMIE getting a better half with 559. And ANORAK getting the
Yeah, I think
worst
HERASMIE
one
did
out of
get a
the
double
three.
spawn on the 80-80s, so that's what allowed him to save time there.
SCYNOR barely missing the camera pan skips, but getting the buttons, which is the main hurdle of that room, especially in a race situation.
Yeah, and especially for SCYNOR, getting the second set of buttons here is a pretty crucial moment.
HERASMIE coming up on boom skip.
Yeah, let's see if this goes better. Yeah, gets it with the like quick late adjust on the positioning of Han there. So this is like around 10 seconds safe. Especially crucial for HERASMIE here to solidify his second place. At this point, I'm not sure if he like can still catch up. But especially,
ANORAK.
yeah, ANORAK missing the first round here. So in HERASMIE's shoes, you like to see that because you still like want to solidify at least staying in this round, right? Because getting leapfrogged as second place is just completely guaranteed here, since like every BPT, except maybe SCYNOR's, is slower than the 2:23:34 what it was.
Yeah, that is true. So I'm now guaranteed to leapfrog actually.
Yeah, you're guaranteed to leapfrog, and we're definitely not gonna see any of these people race themselves or like each other in the next week, since whoever wins is going round 1, whoever is second is going round 2, and whoever loses is going to round 3. So yeah, actually a pretty crucial thing for HERASMIE to stay in front of ANORAK here. Because once you drop down
Yeah,
to round
definitely.
3, it can already get like a bit dirty, right?
Yeah, definitely. Do you have any insight on SCYNOR's boulder history?
Good question, actually. I don't think I do have like any like large memories of him doing it. So it like nothing really crazy, but also like nothing really bad. So I just would assume he's pretty consistent at it and knows what to do. Because then like even if you get like not the craziest boulders, then you won't have the disaster that you can see in like so many clips.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting targeting here. There was like the the second lowest target was already exploded, but had like a cross on it for 4 seconds.
That was interesting ghost targeting. I guess that would be called that.
It's a great game with it. Apparently can just happen. Okay, let's see this bowl. It's spinning quite fast. Let's say.
Those first two are, if he gets those, that would be really nice. Oh no, does
He
not
did
get
not.
them.
And now he's kind of scrambling here as well. So far, maybe only 2 exploded, maybe a third one. This should be 5.
That should be the last one if I'm not counting
Should be, but it's going for the back
terribly.
again, so...
Oh no. It would have been
No,
fine
it's
if he
actually
got
two.
it there.
Yeah, but there's still one more. Is this the last one? Okay, so...
This is definitely the last one for SCYNOR, the target, yes.
Yeah, it should
But
be.
this is
It takes
not
some
good.
time though, yeah. Yeah, not the greatest execution there. He had 2 targets at the very start. but managed to not target them correctly, and then it wasn't the greatest boulder to end it off.
ANORAK is having a bit of fun here.
And he's just like blasting the torpedoes into the distance. I wonder if you can get like a really early random targeting there, but I would just assume not.
Let's see if HERASMIE has better luck with the boulder.
Yeah, small chance for HERASMIE there to catch up a bit on SCYNOR. It's looking pretty good so far. Can get the first 3 extremely quickly. 4th one is there already as well. And only 2 left, and oh yeah,
Only
the last
one
one
left.
is turning away here. But
It's coming back.
coming back,
Damn.
and this is a pretty good boulder. Like not insane crazy, but it's like a really solid boulder, and like no one would ever complain to get that one.
For sure, for sure. And HERASMIE makes the gap a bit smaller, but the gap is still pretty
Well, it's
pretty
still 40
big.
seconds, but like 1 level ago it was a minute, so. And we
That
all
is
know
true,
what
actually.
can happen in CTT, so.
Yeah, the last free level is truly a huge stress test. Just hard 1P2C after another, just trick after trick. And we'll see the first one here, SCYNOR coming up on
Yeah.
Dagobah button skip. Oh no, and
Oh, that's pretty bad, yeah.
doing a double jump on Luke at the wrong spot.
Yeah, and he also fell down with R2, which is pretty bad. Also still bad play. And just to note it, I think ANORAK had a pretty good boulder, so love to see that. Well, SCYNOR finally gets the button skip.
But if the gap was 40 seconds, I don't know how much it is now. If HERASMIE does
If
this,
HERASMIE gets a really clean one.
like, the win could be, like, definitely, SCYNOR's win would not be set in stone if HERASMIE does as well, like going into CCT.
Yeah, this could be, like, we could be looking at another, like, 10 to 15 seconds there. If just, like, clean DBS execution from HERASMIE.
Yeah, ANORAK is saying that Falcon Flight golded. Definitely will have to watch the
Yeah,
boulder
like,
back.
from... Oh no, HERASMIE also failed the far too, so... If he gets it here, then it's, like, still a bit of a time save over SCYNOR, but... not the greatest one. But yeah, pretty crazy Falcon Flight there from ANORAK. Take a look. It was like a... I mean, a 31 is not that crazy, I guess, but...
I mean,
At
that
least
is
the boulder was.
that's 4 seconds better than my gold, at least.
And another R2 fail here on DBS. Neither of these runners having a clean execution here. That's not what I would expect in RUNG 2, honestly, but it's a
Yeah, DBS
pretty
is...
decisive match, so...
Yeah, I
Maybe
think
the
the
last
last free
minute,
level is
yeah.
just... Like I said, it's a true stress test, and we are seeing all 3 runners failing a trick that is honestly pretty simple. And I think the nerves definitely have affected all the runners here in this level.
Yeah, and especially going into CCT, it's gonna show who has the best nerfs. Really just coming down to that. I feel like, of course, ANORAK is a bit out of out of it, I guess, but I feel like HERASMIE and SCYNOR still, like, anyone could take it out of CCG. And then we still have GTF up there, which can be problematic with the elevator from times to times as well. And yeah, especially the bridge flight at the end, which was a deciding factor in, I think it was rung 4 of this week already. Also HERASMIE dying twice on this bridge.
Yeah, opting to go back to push the turns a little bit further to not have a massive disaster.
Yeah, overall, I would say every runner had a small disaster though.
Oh
I'm
no,
not
and
even sure
HERASMIE
if
getting hit
yeah,
twice on the
I'm not
back.
even sure if HERASMIE can save time over SCYNOR here with that like second part. He did not have the most problematic DBS, but still like not a great execution on the second half of the level. Or especially like in the last room here. So yeah, I would assume they are still like maybe the 40 seconds apart that they were. Yeah, it's still
Yeah.
42. So big fumble there from HERASMIE, honestly, not using the chances of getting like imagine he gets a sub 5 Dagobah here, right? That could happen. And then he would be like inside 20 seconds maybe 25 from SCYNOR.
Yeah.
Which would be like
SCYNOR just
almost nothing into CCT.
SCYNOR just got like a BTT level deflection on the wall. That's pretty much RNG. That was the quickest one I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, but he's like he has slipped off the panel twice. that's that's a crazy combination though. Got it eventually. But yeah, now the next two skips are definitely more crucial and like very punishing if you mess them up, especially DVT here. Okay, nice.
It's a
Gets
first
a
try.
very quick pause.
And getting the movement. So SCYNOR is safe from DVT.
Yeah, and first try DV3
Yo.
to continue it.
And then
That is very quick.
misses DV4, the rule. If you get DV3 first try, you're missing the DV4 jump.
Yeah, definitely like the best scenario though of this combination. But
Yeah.
yeah,
HERASMIE performing panel fly very well.
yeah, he does it well, but I don't think SCYNOR is leaving any room here to catch up. I mean, like getting a quick DVT and a first try DV3, that's hard to beat.
Definitely. If SCYNOR has like a half decent best win, he should be winning this.
Oh no, HERASMIE popping out here. And honestly, like at this point, if SCYNOR is watching the race, he could just not do GTF here and still walk away with the win. Especially
And
HERASMIE falling
HERASMIE
down
is
once more, so
ANORAK getting panel fly first try.
yeah. So if SCYNOR wants to play it safe, he can just play the level normally and walk away with the win.
HERASMIE getting DV3 first try. And DV4. ANORAK also getting out of bounds. Almost falling to his death. ANORAK going for a crazy high roll on DV3.
He for the line where you kind of have no room for error at all.
Gets it
It's
on the
on
third
third
try.
Yeah. Actually, not that bad, but considering everybody else got it first try. Still,
And ANORAK is so close to getting fast DV4.
yeah, I wonder if he. I feel like if he got a very spaced out jump there, then it would have worked.
Yeah. If we see SCYNOR does do GTF with Leia, so if he doesn't switch to Chewie, it's for everyone in the chat, it's not an implication that he's not doing GTF, so we don't know what he's thinking yet. We don't know if he's doing GTF or not yet.
Yeah, it will be very interesting to see here. If he can get it and if he can get it quickly. Gets still under out of bounds. That's like the easiest part, definitely, right?
ANORAK actually having a 1 second better CCT than SCYNOR.
Yeah, that's actually true, yeah. Pretty good, yeah.
Moment of truth.
Unfortunately, he's probably out of the question here as well. Okay, SCYNOR will go for GTF. So let's see how this will go.
Very fast setup.
Fast setup, but does not get out.
Getting a really unfortunate
This is
height.
where it gets interesting now. Will he get it? He does get it on the second one. Let's see what the line is doing here. This looks good. Definitely also gets a respawn on top, and now the question is up to HERASMIE if he wants to do GTF even.
I don't think in HERASMIE's position there's any reason to not do GTF.
I mean, you don't expect to lose a minute to it, I guess. So. Definitely, and like SCYNOR still could mess up bridge fly, right? So
Yeah, but I think now it's very unlikely that the lead is gonna change anymore.
yeah, it looks fairly decided. Still, of course, one trick left where it could change, but yeah, we have a like despite having a close race. Oh, that is unfortunate for HERASMIE here. He got it out, but he like jumped into the trigger already for the next room.
ANORAK having some terrible NPC RNG. HERASMIE going in the elevator transition again. Oh no. ANORAK could pull ahead here if HERASMIE doesn't, and he misses it again. ANORAK can pull ahead here.
Honestly, that's exactly what I said, right? Like, okay, he gets out now finally, but I feel like if he scrambles on bridge fly, that it might be a close call still. And now SCYNOR
SCYNOR
also having
failing.
a bit of a moment here on the bridge fly. So he needs to clear some troopers. Oh, he won't get it, and now there will be another set of troopers grappling down. Okay, very clean
And getting it.
execution there on this one.
And this should be the win.
And it is. So, yeah. We can see, probably get the final time on screen very shortly. It's a 24:58. So actually, he kind of tied his gold into best spin here, since that was the BPT.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2:24:58. I guess. No, I was wondering. Like, I feel like when I was thinking about this match in the predictions, I was kind of assuming that he wouldn't play that crazy good. But I didn't think it was gonna be a 2:24:58. That's kind of interesting.
Is that almost the same time Laser got in the RUNG free match?
Let me check the standings. Yeah, Laser got a 2:24:53, so actually it's even slower than Laser.
Interesting, but in RUNG free we had two times that were better than in this match. And
Very
HERASMIE also hit the trigger, finishes the run.
Yeah, HERASMIE with a 2:25:45. So unfortunately, like, after being almost a minute ahead out of episode 2 towards SCYNOR at least, losing a bit of time here. And
ANORAK not getting the death
also
skip.
not getting it first try, yeah. So you should get it eventually, maybe next try.
Really struggling.
This looks good though, yeah. Yeah, at 2:26:56, yeah, to end it off for ANORAK. Yeah, now, interesting race, definitely. Like, we had a, like, lead change between HERASMIE and ANORAK for a big part of the first half of the race. As we look at the exit times here, again, we can go over it, right? ANORAK and HERASMIE kinda close out of episode 3 still. But then in the end, ANORAK just like showing that he's not the greatest endgame player. And HERASMIE just showing his experience there. And yeah, overall, SCYNOR with the kind of comeback after being quite a bit behind out of episode 1 and 2, shaking off the rust.
Yeah.
And yeah, let's see if we can have an like outcast for the next races, because in like, is this in roughly 4 hours maybe? I believe everyone will be able to hear you again, Dragon.
Yeah, so I will be actually a bit over 5 hours. 5 hours and 20 minutes should be, if I'm not totally wrong. A match between Zoda, Charizard, and Quasar. I'll be commentating that with Gamer Olive. So make sure to tune in for that.
Yeah, and this race will be also pretty interesting to see, because whoever loses there will face elimination in the next week. And I feel like it could be up to anyone. And then, of course, we have the grand finale as well on tomorrow's RUNG 1, grand finale of week 1 at least. And yeah, gonna see who is gonna lock the first seed for playoffs. So definitely make sure to be there.
Yeah, that'll be very exciting.
Yeah, I think after that we can kind of send it off. And yeah, gonna see everyone again in 5 hours.